If you've never been to Tulsa's Gilcrease Museum of Art, you really should go. It houses one of the most extensive and valuable collections of Native American art in the world, including hundreds of paintings courtesy of the Crumbos. High in the hills of rural Okmulgee County, Minisa Crumbo is sharing an Algonquin social song called Strong Woman. Crumbo is a Muskogee Creek and Potawatomi Indian. She's a strong woman in her own right, and a very talented one, too. She's a filmmaker, an author, a silversmith, as well as a fine and internationally recognized artist.
This is a spring piece, and the title of it is The Flowering Sun. The four sacred berries, strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, blueberries, and then I had to put in a little trumpet vine, a little Oklahoma trumpet vine up here.
Now, Minisa, I just found this in the hallway, but I had to bring it over. It's absolutely beautiful, but it's completely different than that.
Oh, well, thank you.
But it's you as well.
Thank you, right. This is, I did portraits for many years. This is a portrait of a Taos Pueblo Indian woman in shawl.
Her artwork fills every room in her home, even serving as a glorious backsplash behind her stove. Her work is vibrant and full of life and deep meaning. And really, that should come as no surprise. You see, the person who sparked her creative spirit, the person she calls her first and most influential teacher, was her father, renowned artist Woodrow Wilson Crumbo.
I think Woody Crumbo was always trying to elevate the stature of Native American art as American art, not just this kind of genre off in the corner someplace, but it was an important part of American art.
In all, Tulsa's Gilcrease Museum is now home to 221 works of art by Woody Crumbo, and hundreds more by artists he befriended and influenced.
He really was this kind of a Renaissance man who comes out of this very desperate childhood and succeeds in all kinds of ways.
Including, believe it or not, prospecting. In the 1950s, Crumbo discovered what was considered to be the largest beryllium deposit in the United States, worth millions of dollars. He was also a renowned Native American dancer, and he played a Kiowa flute well enough to perform with the Wichita Symphony.
So here you have someone who's a painter, who's a musician, who's a performer, and then he's also an educator. He takes what he learns and then educates, influences the next generation of Native artists.
Which would include his daughter.
Yes, and one is to place your father's work, Singers for the Dance, here in the Great Plains area.
On this morning, Minisa is visiting the museum for the first time in about a year. It's a place that she once called home.
It started right here on the Gilcrease grounds, actually, when our father was artist in residence. And he would go into the studio every morning at 8 o'clock. And while he was here, he produced over 150 pieces for the permanent collection, which comes out to about one every 6.5 days.
Crumbo would often invite his young daughter to join him, giving her a piece of paper to draw with, but very little verbal instruction. She refers to it as education through osmosis.
No, he didn't ever tell me anything. No.
Kind of discovered on your own?
Yes, because what you discover for yourself is what you truly own.
The museum's founder, Thomas Gilcrease, first met Woody Crumbo in 1945. The artist had offered to sell several of his paintings to the oilman for a specific price. Gilcrease told him he'd have to think about it.
He will come back and have a letter of sale for the art that they had talked about previously at a higher price than what Woody had quoted. So I think immediately there was this bond of trust.
That's where art happens, where the viewer interfaces and gets the message of spirit, and spirit moves forward and speaks to us.
In Native American culture, the color blue represents the spirit world. It's a color her father favored in a series of paintings depicting deer.
When we see it in blue, it calls us forward to interface with the spirit of the deer and participate with it on that level.
So is it any wonder that a father's spirit, embodied in a magnificent blue deer painting, watches down now on a daughter in her studio as she creates and carries on a legacy?
Miigwech, thank you.